Good evening, Reefers. How's everyone doing?
Good evening.
So we have a regular guest, Matt, with us tonight, and an extra special guest, Gazza's Reef, with us. How you doing, Gary?
Just special. I don't know where you had that from.
That's what you paid me to say.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a look, see who we've got with us. Of course, the one and only John Wright.
Evening,
It's not a
John.
Reefing live without John, is it?
No.
What was the first one?
And Terry Techers is with us.
Evening, Checkers.
Lee, the legend, one-armed reefer. That's his new name.
Did you name him?
I'll come back. I'll circle back on this one in my reefing week. It might make you chuckle.
Oh dear.
Reefy Reese is with us. Good evening.
Evening, Race.
And Hayley Barr. Hi, Hayley. Hope you're doing well.
Evening, Hayley.
And Liam. Good evening, Liam.
Evening, Liam.
I saw you still haven't got internet, so the blurriness is probably still in my favour.
It's still not got internet.
No.
Jeez.
I know the pain. I've literally just gone through it, and it's just a nightmare. Who'd move house? It's ridiculous.
I know, yeah. Hello, Liam. I know, yeah. I felt his pain. I was watching the videos.
Yeah. And then
Spiritual Reacher
is with us tonight as well. Evening, Harry. How you doing?
Oh dear.
And Roxanne, who's loaned her tank to Matt for the evening, so he can have it behind him.
Not even going to buy.
Are you too tired?
Yes.
John is with us. Evening, John.
Evening, John.
And Scotland's funniest coral farmer.
I love you for that.
Evening, Ron. Hope you're well.
Evening, Ron.
Chris is with us. Hi, Chris.
Evening, Chris.
And Neil. I've worked out a new tactic. If I call him Neil, I can't get his name wrong.
That is Neil.
Yeah, so hi, Neil. Tom's with us. Good evening, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Anthony is with us as well.
Evening, Anthony.
And Amanda Davidson. Good evening, Amanda.
You on the wine here, Amanda? Just that one for Rob.
And a new face who's here just for you, Gary.
Looks like it,
Tiffany
yeah.
Roberts. Yeah.
Famous.
So, what's everyone been up to this week?
Let's go with Gary first.
Okay, well, I've got the week off from work, which is a luxury for me because
Nice.
it's been a long time. Yeah, I think it was July the last time I actually had some proper time off work. So, yeah, it's been nice. Just chilling, really. Finally got to check my parameters on this thing, which we'll come on to. But yeah, it's been a while since checked the parameters on this.
How long? How long are we calling?
4th of December.
Really?
Yeah. I've been away from home 3 days a week working, so it's been neglected, shall we say. But the corals look fine; they're growing. So I was just like, yeah, I'd have probably done an ICP if anything was wrong. You know.
Have you been water changing regardless though? But
Don't water change. I dose, so don't water change.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I think I've done a water change for about 12 months now, and even that was probably only 20%, just to clear the sump out.
I see a question from Ron here. He said, "Can we all call you Uncle Gary?"
Yes, you can, Ron.
Okay. And a bit of a revelation in the chat as well. I see. You said you worked away, but I didn't realise you're a man of the cloth. So, Father Gary.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, I guessed. And good evening, Triggerfish 45.
Good evening.
Yeah, she's never interested in reefing, so I don't know why she's on. There's only
Yeah, but
50,
so
off you
my
go.
daughter's like, oh, you know how dads aren't particularly cool until they're a YouTuber or they've got like 1,500 followers on TikTok or something like that, and then they're like
Yeah.
telling their friends, "Oh yeah, my dad's got," and then none of their friends believe them. They're like, "Look at this, look at this."
As a
Yeah, she introduced me to TikTok. Well, I don't use TikTok. I have got an account, but never use it. And Instagram as well. She has to up to the videos for me because I ain't got a clue what I'm doing.
keeps her out of trouble. Keeps
Yeah,
her out of
that's it.
trouble. Gets the tank online, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anytime she's interested, it's like, oh, can you get a starfish and things like that? It's just, and then she just don't bother looking at it.
Sounds familiar.
But yeah, it's
So
been a
Matt-
fun week. It's been relaxing. I even managed to clean the skimmer out today, which probably once every 6 months, isn't it, that job? So that was
What skimmer are you running?
Max Spect Air Aqua Duo.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. I rate them highly. I do. They're really, really good. But cleaning them's a faff. I think it took about 2 hours to strip it all down and give it a thorough clean. But they are good.
Good.
Trying to work out Ron's comment, but I'm just going to ignore it.
Yeah, I think the comment is like you're using a crap camera, but I thought it looked all right tonight.
That was just winding me up. It's a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
You got a lens
Maybe
on?
Roxanne needs to blast that light up at 100% again.
God, no. I'm going to get a suntan. Jesus Christ. Turn it down. I can see myself.
You're using a lens?
I'm not on the. I can use a lens.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. There you are.
Yeah, that looks better.
Does that work for you now, Ron?
So what have you been up to this week, Matt?
Not too much. So I did a water change on Sunday, as standard, as I always do. Did a water test, and I got a really weird reading back on phosphates. It was like 0.21, and I was like, how can it be that high? So I thought, fine, I'll leave it for a couple of days. Dosed a little bit of lanthium, as I have been doing for the last couple of days, like 0.5 of a mil. Well, I'll test it on Tuesday. Tested it on Tuesday. It was 0.07, and I was like, lovely. And then got back to balance on the doser. So back to balance is now live. Used up all the phyto from Harry, so I need to buy some more. And that's about it, really. We lost a fish, lost my tamarin wrasse. Not really sure why. Can't really put anything down to it. A bit gutted, to be honest, but
Yeah, it had that like really weird behaviour.
yeah,
Disappeared for 4 days,
five, maybe 6 days.
and then reappeared, looked completely fine, and then died.
Yeah.
Weird.
It
Really
came out.
weird.
It came out on Saturday while I was watching some football, and I thought you was dead. So I just dumped food in over and over again. Put 2 cubes up. I chopped the cubes up in half. Did 2 cubes, but I just kept dosing like 10 minutes, have some food. 10 minutes, have some food. Every time, bang on the food, it went. And I thought, hallelujah. And then it disappeared. I didn't see it on Sunday, and then on Monday, it was laying on the sand, and I thought, what is that? And yeah, it was there, dead. But just, yeah, it is what it is. It's part of the hobby, isn't it?
Yeah. Just gutting when that happens.
I'm putting it down to tank toy luck. So Ron, fuck you.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like the video luck, isn't it? Anytime that you do something on a video, it all goes wrong. And that kind of links into a little bit of what happened to me. And it was actually funny because I was talking to Lee when my last video went live, and he just started laughing because I was talking about what I'd done. So I did a video about how I managed to get my copper band feeding on frozen food. the video went live. Within 4 days, my copper band was dead. And there's a couple of other things I've done like this. So I did the video about how to repair the little pinch valve things. Let me see if I can. I think I've got a picture.
This is for your Trident.
Yeah, on my Trident. Let me do that.
What's that gone wrong?
So this is what it started to go wrong again. And then I stripped one of these pinch valves down. You can see how rusted it is. And this is a solenoid, so it's just getting stuck. So I got some WD-40 and some emery paper and cleaned it all up, cleaned all the inside out, and they worked perfectly. Brilliant. And then I was trying to calibrate after I'd done all the video of stripping down the other ones and everything. And I was like, oh, why won't it calibrate now? It was working brilliant. I'd only had one that wasn't working, and I'd fixed that one. And then I went through and fixed the other ones, and now the bloody thing's not working. I was getting really annoyed. And then I look in the cabinet, I'm like, why is there water everywhere? Why has my reagent A pot got more liquid in it now than it did yesterday? And when I'd put it back together again, I pulled one of the pipes and taken it just out of the pinch valve. So when it was trying to push wastewater out, it just pushed it straight down into the reagent A tub. So I basically just flooded my reagent A with tank water and ruined it.
Costly mistake.
And it was on the Sunday, and I just kind of went onto the Discord channel and was having a chat. And I said, Dave and Lee were on there. And I'm like, you're not going to believe what I've just done. And Lee said, oh, I've got one of them in my cupboard. I'll post it to you. So yeah, Lee to the rescue yet again. Top man. Like I say, his middle name should be The Legend.
That's not a lot.
He saved me.
Tune stuff is that. He's good.
Yeah.
What a legend. Got it done already. What a legend.
Yeah. What else have I been up to? Last weekend.
Tank's looking good.
Yeah, it is. It's looking really nice, and the SPS that I've got, it has not gone brown or died or anything like that. Always a good sign.
Yeah.
So this is what I picked up. I took myself to AAC, met up with Harry there. Harry was dropping some stuff off to Jamie. So I met up with him at AAC and ended up buying a few bits. So I got this pineapple millie, I think, a PC Rainbow, I think that was, and then this random one that I don't know what it was. But they all still look like that. I think, this is a picture taken tonight on my phone. And yeah, everything looks reasonable. And that's my random mushroom that I found floating in the tank. I've just been taking a picture of. It's like it's really mad how that was just like a little ball floating around the tank. I threw it in the mushroom basket and it turned out like that. Yeah, really
That even looks a bit bouncy, doesn't it?
That's very bouncy. Yeah, there's loads of bounce on it. Yeah.
Imagine if you got one of them out of nothing.
I got 3.
Oh yeah,
these
you got
3 random little balls.
Didn't you? Yeah.
3 random little balls floating around the tank, and I threw them in the mushroom basket, and they stuck on rocks. And 2 of them are like that. The third one's growing much slower, but it's there and it's growing. So let me go back. So we've got a few more people in the chat. Let's just say hi to a few more. Are you making bums, Steve? I'm no, I'm not making.
Trying to start
bums.
Domestic, so beware.
Yeah, I saw that comment. We can skip over that one for you, mate. Who else have we got to pop in?
She can think she's the better reefer. Like she thinks she wears the trousers and all that. So whatever keeps her happy,
Are we going to see like a hand come into the edge of the screen? And...
No, I might see a light in a minute come this way.
Who else? We have Melinda with us. You are forgiven for being late, Melinda. One, it's a live stream. You know, you don't even have to turn up if you don't want to. And two,
does she ever sleep?
It's like 6:15 in the morning for you.
Yes. Does she ever sleep? Like, she's up late. Is she up early? Yeah. When does she sleep?
I don't. I'm wondering if she's like an android.
Maybe.
She doesn't seem to need sleep. Have we got anyone else that's joined us? I thought I saw. Is that my ashtray? Crusty looking towel.
See Paul's with us.
We have Darren with us. Paul, have I not got to Paul yet? No, yeah. Fish Palace evening, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, Paul.
How's your RAS, Darren? Bang it in the comments. The ones that we saw on Salty Banter or whatever, and they were in a bucket.
I had exactly the same, Liam. And in the end, because I was with Sky previously and they were supposed to be migrating it and they were all very confused, escalating it to some specialist team. In the end, I just contacted the company that the previous owner was using and they did it in like 4 days. Done. Connected. Everything.
But what?
So I just did that in the end.
I don't understand that though. You move into a house, it's already had internet. Most people use BT Line. Like, why is this complicated? I don't understand. I don't
know. It was just they just make it complicated. Yeah, I don't get it. Ryan's Reef's with us as well. Evening, Ryan. And I think that's it for new people for now. So let me get my questions ready. I've got an interrogation all lined up for you, Gary.
Okay.
No, I kind of prepared a few questions just to kind of guide us through it. And during this, I can share pictures and things that you've sent over to me. So let me get that ready. So, how did you get started in reefing?
In reefing, I mean, I've always had like tropical fish tanks growing up and through the years. But in marine, I think first tank was Fluval Evo in 2021. So I thought, yeah, I'll bite the bullet. I've always liked the look of the fish. For me, it was all about the fish. So I thought I'll try and keep some, a couple of clownfish in the Evo. Got some Zoas, and then I thought, yeah, this is actually quite good. It's fun. And you're watching BRS 52 weeks of reefing and learning all the basics, the nitrogen cycle and all the levels that we should be keeping. So yeah, it was fun with a little Evo, and literally it was about 6 weeks later. I thought, no, I need a bigger tank, as you do. And I had in the May 21, I had a Red Sea 300.
Okay.
So yeah, I went for the Red Sea 300. I wanted the 4 foot, but we settled for the 3 foot in the end. But that was a nice tank. I think I had that for around about 12 months. Some of the fish that are in here came out of there. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. But I had an awful experience with vermitid snails, like a really bad infestation of them. So I'm a bit cautious of them now. Especially, you see the odd one pop up here and there. That's fine if you keep on top of them. But I had an infestation of them. They were in the sump, they were in the pipe work, they were just everywhere. So I thought, right, time for an upgrade. So yeah, I shut that tank down. Wife went away with my eldest for a week. So I thought, what an opportunity to tile the floor ceramic and get a bigger tank.
Did she know that tank was coming? I'll take it.
Yeah, we agreed. I mean, you'll see in this picture here that's the green is actually the concrete underneath.
Right. Okay.
That's the stuff you paint down, isn't it? Before you put the ceramic tiles down. But you can see the cat tree there. That was the deal breaker. It was like, if you want a bigger tank, I want a cat.
They go well.
They do. Unless you got a lid, of course. So yeah, there you go. There is what you see there now. So that's the space. So all that was ceramic tiled. I did all that myself. My wife and my daughter were away for a week, and then the delivery came. A couple of photos after this. Yep, there it is. So that was May 22 when that was delivered.
Excellent.
And what made you go for that tank? Did you see it in a shop? Did you just like it? Did you know something with it?
I was torn between that one and the Red Sea 1000. I think it was the 1000S, something like that, because they just released that one. But the only thing that put me off Red Sea is obviously like the seams bursting, the stories you hear. My dad had got a water box 10.4, a 4-foot one, in the October before, and that's a really, really nice tank. So I thought, let's stick with water box and get the 6-foot one. Yeah. So I think I made the right choice. You can't get them there, can you, in this country? But
sadly not. No.
I'm happy with my decision. I'll still stick by that. Yeah.
Yeah. How much do they cost, if you don't mind me asking? The water box.
I think this one was 1,800 for the tank.
So there's a big price difference then between that and the Red Sea 1000.
Yeah. I'm sure it was 1,800. I'll have to have a look back, but I'm pretty sure it was around about that figure.
And did you start that? So you had some rock that went from the old tank into the new tank. Did you then add more rock in? No,
I dried it all out because like the vermitid infestation that I had, like literally nothing out that tank went in this one. It was like,
I was going to say,
no, the only thing I kept was the fish. All the corals, the bits and pieces of corals that I had, they went in my dad's tank because he already had vermitids in his. So the corals, the few corals that I did have in there went in my dad's tank.
So you literally just started again?
Yeah, just literally started again. It was like new sand, new rock. I mean, I did have the real rock in the 3-foot, the expensive stuff that it's extortionate just for a bit of rock. I did have that, but like I say, I had to dry it out because of the infestation. I think I just left it in the garage to dry it for about a month, and then I soaked it for about another month or two in fresh water just to make sure. And then I added it back in here with some Carib Sea stuff.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I just had a quick look. The Red Sea 1000, $6,500.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was going to say
a big difference in price.
Yeah. It's the name, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure I got it in a sale. I'm sure I did. It was in the May time. I'm sure there was the water box was doing a sale for a week or something. I'm pretty sure it was $2,500 brand new, and I got it 1,800.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah, my dad sitting beside me. He said, "Yeah, I remember that." And there it is, the glass box itself. So it's 19 mil glass. So that weighed half a ton. It doesn't look it, but yeah, it's so heavy. It took 5 of us to lift it on there.
Jesus. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do this.
No, I don't know if I'd be brave enough.
It got to be done. Everyone was doing it at the time. I thought, I've got to do it. It's still my isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to do it, but I don't know if I'm brave enough.
Yeah, my luck, I'd get out, my leg would caught the tank, and something would happen.
I was very careful. Step ladders.
It'd crack. You'd fall over, and then it'd land on you.
Yeah, something like that. Explain that to the warranty.
Oh, yeah. So this is you in the process of filling it, I guess, with your rock skate.
And how many litres is this?
It's 220 gallons. The good gallons, don't they? Quite to around about 1,000. So the same as the Red Sea 1000, more or less, give or take.
Yeah.
That's a real shame that they're not in the UK anymore, because
It is. It is. I wouldn't
there'd be
hesitate.
lots of people out there buying them tanks, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Parker's Reef, that one he had done, that's a water box, isn't it? So he had done a custom made one. Yeah, I wish I could have something like that.
Are they Australian? Are they Australian or are they American? What are they?
I think they are American, aren't they? Yeah, it's
One of
American.
them. There's Cade as well, isn't there?
Cade's Australian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cade's
Kay's the
Australian.
Australian one.
Yeah.
So there it is with water in.
Filling up. Yep.
Oh, let's go back. Yeah, there we go. And I believe probably a discussion topic here, particularly with Matt. Carib Sea rock.
Yeah.
Any issues?
Yeah, you'll see in a minute. So that fish there, he's in here now. You wouldn't believe. Like, I thought he was gonna pass, like, because that really irritated his face and his eye as well. He got bigger than that, and that was like about 3 years ago. So look at him now. You can't even see a mark on it. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Yellow belly one as well.
Why did that happen? Was that just?
No idea. I'm guessing it got caught on the rock, or don't know. Unless he got stressed with the transfer. Who knows? Yeah, it's weird looking at these fish now. The size of them. Look at the fox face compared to. It's weird when you look back at fish, isn't it? That you've had a few years and you think, oh, I don't remember them being that small.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of imagine them always being. You think, they've grown like maybe 30%. Yeah, no, they're like 2.5 times the size they used to be.
Yeah, don't remember them being that. I mean, the hippo tank, the regal tank, literally had it the size of a 50p when I had him. Literally the size. He was tiny.
Wow.
So he's been with us about 40. Oh yeah, probably 4 years now. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to find with them. They just used to shit. They used to eat. They used to be greedy.
Oh
yeah.
Pigs, yeah. The Naso as well. She's the boss of the tank. She's a vulture as well.
Hello, Rob. How's the holiday going?
Oh, Rob.
Nathan Rob.
Is he away again? Is he?
Yeah, he's away at the moment. I think he finishes his holiday, and to celebrate his driving up I think he's driving from, I think he's in Cornwall or somewhere, Devon maybe, or something at the moment, okay. and then driving all the way up to the meet, which is a bit mad.
Yeah, dedication.
I did see in his. I watched his weekly maintenance video today.
Yeah, he was on today, didn't he? Yeah.
And that's fun and games with his DI resin. I know he loves that.
Oh, okay. He don't like that stuff, does he?
You're not scatter it across his kitchen floor again, did he? I'm watched the video yet.
Oh, was that? No, that was the.
No, that was the CO2 scrubber stuff, wasn't it?
CO2, yeah, that was it. The little balls that you put on in the oven to recharge them. Yeah. So we've got a little video here.
Oh yeah.
See the Carib Sea Rob, from when it's like when you first put it in, it looks really quite nice, and you think, okay. And then, how bad was your outbreak, Gary? Is it really bad?
15 months bad. Yeah, 15 months. Yeah, unfortunately.
And what did you use to try and kill it, or did you just let it pass?
I tried everything. Flux RX, double dose that twice. Didn't do nothing. I was literally taking this rock out probably once every 2 weeks just to scrub it in a bucket outside. It's on salt water, dipping it in new salt water, putting it back in, and within 2 weeks it was just like 2-3 inches long again. It's just unbelievable. I tried everything. Got the Tangang, sort of fox face, what I had from the tank anyway. Got tangs galore. But yeah, it was really bad. It wasn't until I met David Saxby in Finest Aquatics. I think they called it Finest Fest. I think they had an event on. He was there with Jose from Elements. And I was talking to him about my problem, and he said, what's this, what's that? And then he said, oh, that's very odd. He says, what's your pH? And I said, 8.1. He says, get that above 8.3 and then see what happens. So I put an airline through to outside because I've got a dual intake on my skimmer, the Air Aqua Duo. So one of my lines pulling, I'll put a pipe to outside. So I was pulling fresh air. That got it to 8.4. And then within like probably a month, it just disappeared. So, it was bang on, or it was just luck. But I didn't do anything differently other than that. I mean,
is it 8.4 now as well? You're running it?
Yeah, it's stable at 8.4 now. It's pulling from outside constantly now. I've got 2 kids. There's 4 of us in this house, plus 2 dogs, 2 cats. So I'm on those elements pH plus as well. So it never drops below. I mean, every time I test, I haven't got any controllers or anything like that. But every time I test with the hammer checker, it's always above 8.3.
Oh, here we go. Look.
Yeah, it was just
So I didn't have that. I just had rock algae, and it was that similar algae, exactly the same as the rock.
Yeah,
but it didn't have it on the sand. And we was in the bucket scrubbing it.
2 sea hares as well. Tried 2 sea hares. They were munching it, but they just died. So I don't know if there's any toxins in the in the rock or.
I tried a sea hare as well and had the same thing. I think it lasted a day and then munching it and died.
Yeah.
So
why? You put any other fish in the tank, they're fine. It's bizarre. It really is.
I think I'm over the crest of mine, but fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got no correlate, just keep dosing that Flux RX stuff if you see any signs of it coming back. But they're, again, I'd just scrub the rocks again there because they're clean, obviously. So
got all the same fish still?
The majority of them, I've lost that convict tang there. I had to get rid of my Australian pyramids because they started. I've had them pyramids for, I think I had them about 2.5 years. They came from a 3-foot tank.
Right.
They outgrown that. And they just started one day, both of them together. I'm going to attack your zoas. They actually annihilated my zoas. Yeah. So they had to go, yeah.
Was it just your zoas?
It was just my zoas, yeah. Yeah, they didn't touch anything else. And they never, people say about these fox faces as well, they're a bit hit and miss. But you seen the size of him when I had him. I've had him like, 3.5, 4 years now. Never seen him touch a coral. Never.
Yeah. I think you get lucky or you don't get lucky with them, don't you?
I think so. I think you're right, Matt. Because I really want one of them little red, what's it called? Regal, is it? Not a Regal. Dwarf.
Flame.
The red dwarf.
Yeah,
Flame Angel.
That's the one. I'd really love one of them in here. I think it looked magical in here, but I just don't want to risk it.
So you were saying about those pyramids, and I was thinking, I don't have any zoas, and I quite like them. Maybe I could get. And then I just see Melinda say, mine eats hammers. So, no, I'm not getting one.
Well, I'd had them a couple of years, and I was telling everyone, they're fine, they don't touch corals. And then literally, I got up one morning, and they were absolutely hammering them, decimated them. So I had to take them out.
I'd like a copper band, but it's just acans that scare me. I've got a lovely acan that it's growing out, and I'm like,
acan, yeah.
I would not want to put a fish in there, and like you say, a flame angel is a big risk as well because they're like around here. I don't know what they're up where you are. They're about 200 quid.
Yeah, 200 quid. Yeah.
And then you think,
is it worth it?
The shop ain't going to give you your money back, are they?
You just have to sell it on private, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I think maybe your daughter wants a seahorse tank.
Yeah. Just have to go on TMC ones, I think.
Well, I think there's enough space next to your tank. You could get like a Red Sea 170 or something in there.
No, that's for a bigger tank, though.
I like it.
Yeah. Or in her bedroom, maybe.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, but I think you can't just use like an Evo or like the new TMC because when I looked at it, I can't remember what the name of them were. There were some seahorses that were quite small that would have been all right in there, but you just can't buy those in the UK. The ones that Paul at AAC breeds, the Erectus, they need more depth of water than you can get. It'd be all right if you could put the Fluval Evo on its side and not have the waterfall out. You know, with that kind of depth, but you need.
I bet 170 would. Do you reckon you get? Is that not deep enough, or do you reckon that's deep enough?
I think a 170 would be, yeah.
A nice pair in there would look nice. A few soft coral.
Yeah. Little TMC tank, that's ideal. I've got a little Fluval Evo in the kitchen. But yeah, they're hard to keep, aren't they, seahorses, I believe, anyway. But I think Katie's question was, could we put them in here?
Yeah, no. I don't think they'd last more than about 24 hours in there.
24 minutes. There's 4 MP40s in there on 8%, so no chance.
Yeah, right.
Rob playing up to his games again.
He's good. He's good with the play on words, isn't he, Rob?
He is.
Let's have a look. Torch coral.
Yeah, so I come to the point where like I couldn't put corals on my rock, so I thought, okay, let's get a rack just so I can put a bit of colour in there. Yeah, and it was literally that. I got one of them off Aquaprint. Yeah, just like thought, let's just get a rack. At least if it does grow on the rack, I can just quickly take it out, scrub it, put it back in.
Was it when it was high air algae? What was it? Just the nutrients were obviously it was the nutrients were in, and you were thinking I'll just use Reef and Flux RX and try this and try that.
Lights were really down low as well because obviously no coral in there.
Yeah.
Little anemone there you can see there, but that's all they had in there. Literally the lights were on 10%, nothing. You know, it was water changes galore just to try and keep the nutrients down, but there was around about 10. You know, nothing that would cause that. I just believe that it was leaching from the rock. After what people have told me, they've experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
It leaches from the rock, unfortunately, and you just got to ride it out. But it just should take forever. Whether the pH thing that Saxby told me was the thing that combated it, but it was literally a couple of weeks after he told me to raise my pH that it went. And yeah, I mean, I was ready to throw the towel in. Honestly, I'd had enough of it.
Yeah.
Can't blame you, can you? When you got that drumming on it.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I say, we're just spending hours and hours and hours taking the rock out, scrubbing it, putting it back in. It seemed the only way. Kept doing that Flux RX. But how many times can you do that? 30 quid a bottle, double dose in that.
Yeah. See, we've got my No-Pox brother has joined us.
Afternoon, Jason.
Yeah. Afternoon. Sorry, not evening. I was about to say evening. Afternoon.
Afternoon for him.
Yeah. Played this one. Played this one, didn't I?
Yeah, I lost that powder blue. The one that's in my tank now is very similar size, but he was the last fish to go in.
Any more going in?
No, that's it now. I lost a copper band 2 weeks ago. I actually had that from a tank breakdown from Stoke, and I know that guy had it for at least 12 months. Ate really well. I think I had him about 6 months in here. Just stopped eating, as to do. Actually, no explanation whatsoever. It's heartbreaking, but I said, I'll try one, and if it doesn't last, then that's it. I won't get another one. So I tried.
So it's just coral now, is it? Coral.
Yeah, there's plenty of room for more coral. So yeah, there's probably some more sticks. I'd like some more Euphilia as well, to be honest. But yeah, you can see,
I had that first 6 months, it was like that, and I just was like, "Fucking hobby, I want to give up. Like, this is shit. Don't like this." And I used Reflux RX the first time, and it cleared that like fresh rock. And then over the next 6 months, it was then starting to grow, and I was trying different things. But I think I'm now over that 18-month mark where I'm now starting to see normality rather than that.
You got Coraline growing.
Yeah, I got plenty of Coraline. All the corals are thriving, so I can't really complain, to be honest.
You see the colour of these now? They're just purple now.
Yeah, tech's moving in the right direction, thank God.
Yeah, you just got to ride it out. Wait for the Coraline to combat it.
Have you got anything in the tank that eats the Coraline?
No.
So I had some bubble algae and some green hair algae for a little while. So I got myself a couple of tuxedo urchins. And they were brilliant for it. They just mowed through it. However, now after that's all gone and the rocks get a nice covering of Coraline on them, but then they go along and they eat the Coraline and they leave a patch of clear rock
trail,
which then goes through that same process of a little bit of green hair algae, a little bit of bubble algae, and then Coraline again.
Yeah.
So every now and then I have the same thing where they've just ploughed through a strip and cleared it.
Yeah, I don't mind the purple. Look, the back wall as well. I don't touch the back glass. It's covered in purple as well. So
I think some people love it on the back. Some people like to keep their back wall spotless. Some people don't care. It's a personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah, it's natural, isn't it?
Yeah. Some people put GSP on it. So
yeah.
I found my pincushion urchin when I had that destroyed Coraline more than I've got two tuxedos, and they seem to be more interested in other things rather than the Coraline at the moment. But that could change. But they're only small as well. They're only small. Yeah.
So just in a message from John Wright. Yes, the urchins, they polished off all of it. They I don't know if they polished it off or just dragged it out of the way and I didn't notice it. But they were great at cleaning it up. But yeah, like I say, it's just a kind of never-ending cycle now, because once you get through to the Coraline stage, the Coraline's growing, you don't want to go back to bare rock again. And they keep then ploughing through the Coraline, going back to bare rock, and then it cycles again, because it's Carib Sea rock in there as well. I think I was really lucky with mine. As my tanks grew, I added 1 or 2 pieces of rock, and did it really slowly, and I think that helped me kind of mitigate for that big.
What are you going to do with your new build, Steve, when that happens?
So I've already, every now and then I'll go to the shop and I'll see a nice looking, sounds weird, doesn't it? A nice looking rock, a nice shaped rock, and I'll buy it and I'll stick it in the sump.
Right.
And I've got like several pieces of rock piled behind those pieces of rock in the tank, and I've got another 2 pieces of rock in the sump. My fluval's got 3 pieces in. So I'm thinking if I can fill everywhere up as much as possible, then I should have enough to just about have a minimal scape in the 6 foot, and then maybe buy 1 or 2 for the 6 foot, and then just expand it a little bit.
I found emerald crabs to be hit and miss. They'd come out at night, you'd see them at night, but they're not as active as an urchin or anything like that, where they're plodding around all day. Whereas an emerald crab seemed to hide.
Is it just one of them as well? I don't know if it's the male or the female, but only one of them eats.
Females are more positive towards them, whereas males can attack fish and eat coral, apparently.
Okay.
So you want the one with a smooth belly. I looked into all of this because I thought exactly the same as you. this will be it. This will be my problem. No, like John, they're hit and miss.
Interestingly, sorry, what was that?
It's like peppermint shrimp. They're hit and miss.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I've got a blue leg hermit crab, and it was sitting in my Algae tort the other day when I looked in the tank, and then 24 hours later it like hadn't moved. I'm thinking, oh, has it got stuck? Is it dead? What the hell's going on? 3 days it was sat there, and I thought, right, that's it. I'm sticking my hand in now. I'm moving it, and I stuck my hand in, pulled it out, and it's eaten the polyps off of the tips off of the Mayaki tort. And I didn't know they did that.
Don't trust crabs. Don't have one crab in here.
No.
I find them little bastards. They will eat your snails. They'll nick the shells. Like, nah, I just can't do it. There's some in the sump, but no, not in the tank.
So your stance is don't get crabs.
For me, it is. What about you, Gary?
Yeah, I'm snails as well. I did have hermits in the 3 foot, but yeah, they eat snails, don't they? So it's one or the other, isn't it? You've got to choose.
I think you supply shells and they still want your snails.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they'll eat baby snails as well, don't they? Because they breed. So yeah, it's one or the other, isn't it? Whatever takes your fancy. But with snails, they clean the glass and everything else, don't they? Whereas hermits just stay on the bottom usually. So.
Got 2 very experienced Flux RXs here. Is it worth trying it for bubble algae, do you think?
I think they say, I think if you read up on, I think it's Reef to Reef, might be somewhere else, that some people do say if you double dose it, it can do bubble algae, but I've never experienced that. I don't know about you, Gary.
No, not bubble. I think I've had the odd 1 or 2 bubbles, but nothing. I think the fox face sees to them. If you do knock them off as well, they float, don't they? I'm right in thinking.
Yeah.
And the tangs just nail them.
Yeah. People said to me a good siphon with and just suck them out. Hand manual removal is the best, but
yeah, it is. Yeah, I haven't suffered with bubble algae. Luckily, touch wood.
Flux RX is quite drastic to do for bubble algae, but I guess it depends how bad it is, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got the algae issue. Look.
Rob's come up with a second suggestion, so that's worth a
Vibrant, yeah.
Vibrant, yeah.
Bit of watching about that, wasn't there?
It's not cheap stuff either, is it?
No, was there a bit of news about that though? It's harmful or something.
Yeah, so anti-pesticide, is it a pesticide or anti-pesticide, something like that?
Yeah.
But they said it wouldn't.
There's the skimmer.
Does that mean then it's hard to get in the UK because we're quite limited?
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap stuff. I think if you look it up, Steve, it's probably about 30 quid a bottle. It's not cheap stuff.
Yeah,
Are you on Reef? Are you on socks still, Gary, or have you come to a Reef mat yet?
No, I haven't got a mat. I'm very, very basic. So I think this shows the sum, doesn't it? Are you replaying that one, are you, Steve?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just going through again.
Comes down.
I asked, I see them, and I was like, I wonder if you're still on them.
So the Max Spec skimmer, you can see there is a sock in there, but you see the orange lid.
Yeah.
That is off a cup. So the only reason I've got them socks in there is because when I scrub the green arrow algae, obviously I want to catch it. So that's the only reason the socks are in there. Usually I've got, since then I've got the 7-inch, two 7-inch cups just filled with bioballs. You see the bioballs there?
Yeah.
Around the skimmer.
Yeah.
Basically, they're in the cups now.
Right.
In the sump now is literally just the skimmer, and today I've added some Rowaphos in Nios Rector. That's all that's in there at the minute.
A Nios Talk.
Yeah.
Do you like
Talk 1 or Talk 2?
Yeah, and UV got Vecton 850 UV sterilizer.
Yeah, so that's what I was just gonna pause it on that to make sure
Yeah,
Ron sees that. I know Ron's a big TMC fan, so
Dectons are very good. I mean, if you watch any videos like what's the American guy? But he did a really good review on them as well. The water clarity off them's really good. I mean, you see mine, it's like I haven't done a water change in over 12 months. It's crystal. Yeah.
Just on the reactor, is that a 1 or a 2?
2.
2.
Yeah, I only do the roller phos. I don't bother with carbon anymore. So the water clarity is okay at the minute. So I don't
Why are they so expensive? That's what I can't work out.
Why is everything expensive in this hobby?
Well,
But what it is, a little pump, bit of plastic. It's like 200 quid, whatever.
But, yeah. Reefing tax.
Yeah, I think I've got mine second hand. You get pick up bargains quite on second hand deals, so tank breakdowns and whatnot. I think all my MP40s are from tank breakdowns, second hand stuff. So
yeah, so I just noticed Melinda was saying that Vibrant is an algicide, so it's Algae Fix with a new label and triple the price. But then I look at Algae Fix, and for an 8-ounce bottle of that, it's 21 quid anyway, so it's 26 quid away. It's cheaper, but it's not much different.
I wonder if for Melinda, that's obviously a different case, but for us,
the prices might be completely different there.
We probably import both, don't we?
Yeah.
So we pay import tax and reef tax and
tax.
Yeah. Do like a tax here.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, this looks interesting.
Yeah. So when you're talking about rock, just Steve, have you considered like one of these tree rocks? Because these are quite good.
Yeah. So where's that from?
I actually won that on a raffle. The finest festival. Yeah. I won that on the raffle there.
Nice.
And I thought, well, I'll make space for that. And it's actually in the centre here. So
that's man-made?
Yeah. It's art. I think it's called Art Tree Rock, something like that. But I highly recommend it. Really, really good. Because all them branches come off. So if you want to move things around, you can just swap them out. It's so easy.
Any issues with that?
Nope, none whatsoever. So that went in after the algae had gone. So it literally went in, and then within a few weeks already started to get coralline on it. So that's really fine.
Interesting.
So if you've already got established rock, Steve, then I wouldn't be scared and putting something like that in with it. You know what I mean? You should be okay. I think I certainly was. I don't know if I felt lucky, but it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I do like some of the man-made stuff because it really is like really good, isn't it? Perfection. Like it looks really good.
And then
clumping rocks together.
Unless you actually look for it, you can't see because it just blends in with the rock now because it's the same colour as all the other rocks. But it's just so handy to have, if you want to move some SPS around or if you want to take them out to frag it or cut it up or remove anything. Rather than taking the whole thing out, you just literally lift one of them off.
So Rob's saying, is it ceramic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And I notice Dan's Reef has joined us. Evening, Dan.
Evening, Dan. Melinda's saying $100 a bottle of Vibrant. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Wow.
They clearly don't want that in the country. That's probably why they do it.
They can keep it for that price.
Yeah. They'll stop coming in.
That's one way to control imports, isn't it?
Yeah.
What have we got here? It's
a little gunny I've got.
Gunny of some kind, yeah?
Yeah, a little gunny frag that I bought off someone local.
Still doing well?
Was doing very, very well, but the last few weeks it started to struggle. It's probably the only coral in here at the minute that's sulking, shall we say. Whereas I had other gunnies in here that have been sulking for a long, long time that are now like growing like crazy. So you think like that obviously like something that this one didn't. And the only thing that's gone up is my phosphates. Everything else has been stable. I ain't tested, like I said, since the 4th of December, but it's, I'm dosing 1 mil every hour of part 1 and 2. I'm dosing all the trace elements. So I have to fill the bottles up every 2 weeks. So, everything's going in constantly.
Is it sulking as rock or polyps but not extended, or?
Yeah, it's from that picture there, it's probably tripled in size. Right. But now it's like shriveled into the golf ball size thing.
Yeah.
So I've put that, let's say, the NAS reactor in today to reduce the phosphates, because I think that's the only thing that's there of zinc.
I've got loads of gonies and loads of alveoporas, and there's one for the last 6 months. It's just been a polyp ball. So the polyps are out, but they're not extended, and I'm like,
exactly the same story in this one.
The rest are fine, and I'm like, that gonny's fine, but why aren't you? But
me and my dad, he's got the 4-foot tank, like I say, he got one exactly the same. We went to Finest and we bought 2, one of each, identical, same size. His like this now, literally, and mine was like shriveled up like that up until about a month ago, and it's like that picture now, just starting to come out. It's like I thought it was going to die.
Yeah,
but no,
I went to my local fish store and I had these really nice gonnies, and I know Matt's partial to a gonny, so I bought 2 because I thought I'll get them while I've seen them, because I'm pretty sure Matt will want one.
Yeah.
Put it in my tank. One of them I've still got. The other one lasted like a week and just melted away to nothing.
Yeah.
And I've got the same. I've got probably 3 gonnies in the tank that I don't think are going to last. They're and the polyps are extending, but the flesh is kind of receding.
You dose manganese. You check your manganese levels.
Yep. Yeah, dose that.
One, isn't it, Matt? If you know a bit about gonnies, vanadium and manganese, I guess.
I dose manganese. I dose 1 mil
every hour.
I try 1 mil every day, but sometimes I just don't remember. But it's 1 mil every day or every other day. It goes in. I need to do an ICP. That's actually something I'm going to probably buy the weekend when we go up to the Reefing experience. But since I've done it, everything is looking good except that one alveopora. And I'm like, alveopora is meant to be the easy one. I bought a gonny at the same time as Steve. We bought a pink one, exactly the same. I'm absolutely loving life. I've got a nice green alveopora, is doing really, really well. Red gonny. That alveopora, no idea why, but I think sometimes it's like, I'm not going to chase any numbers. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and see what happens with it.
Get it out on weight,
yeah.
Yeah, that thing there, like it's like I say, tripled in size, and probably about 2 weeks ago, just decided to shrivel up, and the polyps are really, really long on it as well. The only thing I can think is like, after checking my parameters today, then the phosphate went up.
How are you finding elements?
Fine, yeah, I've been running it about 3 years now, so yeah, the trace elements I mix up. You can mix two lots. Yeah. So manganese is in there with one of them. So every hour I'm dosing 1 mil of the cocktail. You got all the different trace elements in each one.
Yeah, because the Reef's elements comes with trace, doesn't it? But you dose traces on top of that.
Yeah. Because the ICP tells you to, doesn't it? So, if the uptake's more than what's in the part 1 and 2, then.
And are you buying those element bottles and then making a concoction?
Yeah. You do that.
So you're making that concoction yourself?
Yes.
Interesting. So I was looking for that exact thing. So
I can send you that detail if you want it.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. So I'm currently dosing H2P, so complete pH plus and universal.
Yeah.
Or actually, I'm only doing complete and pH plus at the moment because I've run out of universal. And I'm doing magnesium, calcium manually at the moment.
Okay.
But I have there we go. These to test. So Ocean Genesis, I don't know if you recognise, they were at Aqua. They had a stand right near Prestige Reef. So it's a 3-part dose. It is calcium, KH, and I'm not going to try and hold all of them, and magnesium.
Right.
And they have a bit of a unique system where you create an account, you go onto their website and you tell it what you want your parameters to be. You do a test, you tell it what your results are, and then it says, right, okay, for the next week, dose this amount of each of the 3.
Yeah.
And then it kind of it helps you manage that process. I was about to go down the route of Red Sea 4-part, and I was also toying with the idea of trident controlled dosing for calcium and magnesium.
Yeah. I think on your show a couple of weeks ago, Rob and Ron were talking about it, weren't they? About that, like they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They're just it's just different ways of doing it, isn't it? They've all got the same ingredients, haven't they? So
yeah, I dose. Yeah, I dose elements as well, and I really like it. But we won some NIOS stuff, and I reluctantly do I change something that's broken? But
a lot of people are raving about the NIOS, aren't they? I mean, the salt as well.
I love the salt, but then she wants to try Modern Reef. She persistently wants to try Modern Reef, and I'm like, so I'm a bit like, okay, yeah. So I don't know what to do with this NIOS. I don't know whether to try it.
Yeah,
you've got to use it for a while to see the benefit, haven't you? You can't just put it on and go, oh yeah,
yeah, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So all my colours are growing now. I was thinking about trying something different myself. Probably not so long ago, probably about a month or 2 ago. And then I thought, well, why change it if it's working? You know, all the SPS are growing. You know, the softies as well. So I just think if it ain't broke, why change?
Yeah, I think that's a really good attitude to have. Definitely.
Yeah. I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing, and then if things do decline, then. But I can't see it.
I think, unfortunately, I'm wired a little bit like Rob, Pelagic Rob. Like
all the same.
I like to change and try things and
better
than that, and switch things around a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, I've got a 4-head doser as well, so dosing the 2-part plus the 2 lots of traces just works on one, 4-dose unit. I don't dose anything else other than that, so for me, it works.
The only thing I would try Modern Reef, but the only thing that puts me off is, like you just said, that takes 4 heads.
Yeah.
And like you're going to 3-part, Steve, that's 3 heads. I'm dosing Bacto Balance currently to keep nutrient control in check. Then I've got to buy another doser. I then got
yeah.
So
yeah, it is. I mean, so I've got the Red Sea Reef Dose 4, which was doing 3 parts of H2P, and the 4th one was doing no pox.
Yeah,
I've stopped the no pox. I've really been trying. So I took out my carbon, I took out my Roa Phos, took out my Refugium. I've stopped dosing no pox. I'm really trying to kind of get it back to basics a little bit more.
Yeah.
I did a phosphate test today, and it's 0.3. But my phosphate's 0.3, and I'm just
same as mine today.
Yeah, I just want to try and get it a bit lower than that, really.
Mine's never going over 10. So, since the 4th of December, it's crept up to 0.3. Just took my eye off the ball.
Yeah.
So I put some rower in today. Looks like hopefully, if that gunny springs to life again, I know where it was.
Yeah, 3 is quite high, isn't it? I guess 0.3 is on the higher side.
Zoas are growing like crazy though. 'Cause
Yeah, because they love a dirty tank, don't they?
yeah, yeah. But my nitrates are only 20.
Yeah.
Say only 20, but you know, the ratio is huge, isn't it?
I'm just getting my daughter's the book that my daughter bought me. All my fish keeping shit.
Lanthium for the win.
Lanthium chloride.
Yeah, that absolutely.
Is that what Rob
Yeah.
suggests?
Yeah, that's what Rob's just mentioned, and I noticed Lee was saying Aquaforest Component Pro for the win.
What's that? Is that a phosphate?
So that was when we were talking about dosing rather than.
He's a sponsored horse, so that was just a plug.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So when I tested my tank earlier, my ALK was 8.6, calcium 450, magnesium 1420, phosphates were 0.3, and nitrates were 15.7. So it was all right.
Yeah.
With the exception of the phosphates, just a little bit high.
Exactly the same as me. My alkaline was a bit low, 7.1. Usually keep it around about 8, but apart from that, everything's fine. And everything's growing, like I say, apart from that one guy. So
yeah.
Okay. I haven't got a filter roller. I'm still using the cups, like I say. I haven't got a controller either. So I do all testing manually.
Yeah.
Currently.
That is a game changer, having a Trident. It gets very, very frustrating when it's not working. But being able to just have that ticking over. I haven't got the NP, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm still. It needs to stabilize a bit more before I think about getting the NP. But I love it. I have it on manual testing at the moment. But so I'm not doing 4 tests a day. I just do one manually. I'll go in here and I'll click combined, and that's off, and do a test. But yeah, I love it, and so I think I need to recalibrate it because it's saying my calcium's 460, and it was 450, but it's not that far off. I'm not that worried about that, but.
I'd only use a Trident for trends. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't be lazy. I'd still do my weekly testing. But at least if you're away on holiday, you can go. Tank looks all right. Levels look all right. You're all right.
Yeah, I thought about getting one. I was talking to Lee about it as well, thinking, should I or shouldn't I? You know, if I'm testing the water once a fortnight anyway, do I need one?
So whenever I'm on a live stream, people are messaging me, right? And they're always sending me they're normally very obscene messages, and they're trying to make me laugh while I'm doing a live stream. And I just saw a message.
Ron or Rob?
It's normally Ron and Rob.
That's right.
I saw a message on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, it's from Harry. He wouldn't do that to me." It's not a very obscene one, but it did make me laugh. So I just there we go. You see that?
Can't see what it says, but
it's Boeing, and then Boeing is the next one because it's a spring.
Oh,
It just made me chuckle.
Yeah, Tom's asking about my flow. Told you, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I did. So, and that was what it was on one of my questions. It's like, I wonder what people are going to say about the flow. So, you didn't know when we came on. I'm like, that camera angle, we can see the flow. We can see the surface agitation.
Yeah.
So did you do anything to answer Tom's question? Did you do anything after that?
No. I've got 4 MP40s, 2 running on Joya, 80%, and the other 2 are on the not the Lagoon, the other one, the random one. Is it random?
Yeah.
80% as well. If I crank them up anymore, it sucks in the air, which I know you can resolve, but 80% for all 4 of them. I mean, you can see my long tentacle plate there swaying away.
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah, that is just a really mad one.
Yeah.
The SPS are growing, and they're dead centre in the middle. The stylos need cutting back. You can see there, it's overtaking that tree rod. So I'm going to have to cut that back. But yeah, I mean, I can see what people mean when because you see some tanks and it's like a wave, isn't it? But I haven't got that because I've got my MPs quite low down.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see on mine.
Well, so I've got the directors on them, so they're pointing not to the surface but away.
So I'm not quite sure whether I'll be able to zoom in or not.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Mine's flowing at the moment.
They took Nero 5s, didn't they, Steve?
Yes. Yeah, and S2 pump.
And what's that running percentage-wise?
85%. Each one, they're in anti-sync. They're 1.5 seconds each. So you see, like, if you look at the Gorgonian, you can see it kind of swaying forwards. And you see it on these, there we go, on those torch corals there. They are just starting to sway.
You're very right there, Rob. It's good to see no fish on the powerheads.
Oh, Rob.
Done you dirty.
Yeah, I must admit, though, I'm happy to see that there's none on the powerheads.
Can we go to 100% live, though?
What on the let's see if we can do a
Tom. If we can get it over the.
Let me do it like this, and then I can show you.
This could end really bad, but.
So what's this doing now? What do you click on then?
So these are the two Neros. I think I've just done the same one twice. Yeah. So I'm just increasing because I've just got them set to the same amount, but they're in anti-sync and they're on, and they're going in alternate for 1.5 seconds each. So that is now 100%.
Go back to your script. Yeah, not too bad.
And they're Nero 5s, not 3s?
They're 5s, yeah.
Wow, okay. So they're quite powerful, aren't they?
Yeah. They're one of the biggest, aren't they?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've got
Tom saying, are the MP40s switched on?
There you go, Tom. There's my controller.
Oh, yeah, I love that panel. That is brilliant. Go on, give Matt a demo.
Are they on? What, they're sliding in?
Yeah. Look at that.
nice.
Ta-da!
Is that
Something
that's something you made?
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? I like that.
I'm not hands-on either. That's like just pure luck that worked.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty good, but like since I've had the other two, it's gone a bit funny now.
That's probably my biggest mistake, really. Rushing to get the tank live and then going, oh, now the wires look shit. Now I need to tidy it up. So I've tidied everything up, but I'd love to took it all apart and start again, but I ain't gonna bother.
Yeah, you put that raceway stuff on as well to hide the wires. It's brilliant stuff you get off Amazon or eBay. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant to hide all the wires. But yeah, Tom, they're switched on.
And
I actually cleaned 2 of them today as well, so they're full flow.
Yeah, and the comment from John saying that you don't only maintain your tank, you do your dad's as well. So I guess the question is, when did you do a water change on your dad's tank?
No, the water changes.
So neither of you water change at all?
No. I mean, I wouldn't say at all. If there's a need to, then we will. I haven't had a need to on this. Dad did a water change because an ICP came back with, I think it was high copper or something like that, or tin was the one. So yeah, he said do a 50% water change. So I did a couple of them.
Is there any reason why you don't water change? Are you just anti-water change?
Just because the ICP suggested to do it, I spoke to Jose as well.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to message Jose on Messenger. He'll reply.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, do some water changes because your tin level. My dad was losing a few torches and whatnot, so there was an explanation for it, and there was high tin, which I think there was a dodgy batch of something or other at the time.
But why do you not do them? Is that just preference?
Yeah, it's the cost of it. It's because I'm dosing anyway. The trace elements, part 1 and 2. The tank looks clear. Everything looks happy. So why do a water change? I know some people swear by it and do auto water changes. You know, a constant 24-hour, and they have success with it.
It's one of them arguments that could never end, isn't it? Water change, no water change.
People are successful doing them and not doing them. So
yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no right. I mean, for me, it's like the cost. You think, how much is a bucket of salt now? You're burning through one of them a month.
I think it comes down to, like, say, personal preference. I'm just in that mode of I always do it, so I've always done it.
You do, yeah. What's the cost of that salt? Is it like what, 50, 60, 70 quid a month?
20 kg is about 60 quid, is it, Steve?
65. I bought some last weekend.
Right.
You're on the night
nightmare to get hold of. So, and I was at AAC and they sell it, so I bought it up.
Yeah.
So it's 20 kilos, isn't it? Not 22.
Yeah.
And it's 65 quid. But that will do, I don't know, probably 3 months, something like that, maybe a bit more.
The only thing I find is having NIOS and using NIOS. I love it.
Yeah.
Just the local shops won't store it, won't stock it, which is a right pain in the arse because you're like, I want to look after my local shop, but I can't even buy the salt off you because you won't stock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We've got a few comments just popped in. Tom says, Gazza.
Yeah.
Thought we talked about a new tank.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's baiting you, saying you're not allowed.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
And I think Ron had a really good point about a different take on. Rob. That's really annoying getting those two muddled up. Rob had a really good point about Ron's attitude towards the water change, slightly different. No, they've moved. There we go. That one. He keeps the water but changes the tank.
It's a good idea, isn't it? Just get bigger every so often.
Yeah. Right, let me get back to.
I can see why you don't. I just
Yeah, I guess like if money was no objects and I could just click my fingers and have, an auto water changer on there now, yeah, I'd do it, But there's no reason today telling me you're better off doing that. It's all my corals are growing and the fish are happy. I mean, the auto top off, that's like 45 litres going in a week of fresh water.
Yeah.
Does it maintain itself? My skimmer's pulling out a load of crap. I empty that cup once a week.
I think I'm a saddo, and I put a water change in, and I go, oh, the corals look so much better.
Afterward, yeah, they always do, don't they? I think even I've said that when we've done one. Everything does look fresher and cleaner, doesn't it? There's no denying that.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is like psychological.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, how much is that actually true? But,
yeah. Rob just says the gun is gagging for a water change. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put 200 litres in there just for one gunny.
Is this the same gunny in these two pictures? So it was there, and now it's.
Yes, that's it. That's the one.
wow.
Yeah. But if you was to see it now, I'll show you actually. I'll just unplug this. That same gunny is there.
Yeah,
weird. And yet, that one there that's swaying around literally looked like that not exaggerating now. It's at least 6 months, if not probably 12. Honestly, I just thought, I'll just put it there, you know. It may wake up one day, and it has. I've changed nothing, done nothing differently apart from the phosphates have gone up.
Let's go back to that view. So there's a frag rack rammed full of zoas there.
Yeah, it's even more rum now. They're growing up my glass. yeah. Let's that again. I'll show you. Is it there? Can you see it? I'll go on the side. There we go.
Oh yeah! Wow.
It's starting to grow up the wall.
Yeah.
Have you done that on purpose? You've put them on the rack on purpose?
That's just me being lazy.
Oh,
I said earlier that the reason why I put a bit of colour on a rack. That's how long they've been there. I've actually got some off them as well, as you can see down here. Look.
Yeah.
So there's
them mushrooms are going for it as well, aren't they?
Yeah. Them mushrooms started as one. I took one out of my dad's tank. I think there's about 50 of them in there now. So yeah. The frag rack up there as well. I've just literally got a few SPS, and
I still can't believe that plate coral. How long?
That plate is mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing well there.
Yeah,
it's loving life there.
That's honestly ridiculous. I wouldn't have thought that was a plate coral.
Yeah.
No, that I really, really like that. I've had a couple of plate corals.
Me and my dad was in Finest Aquatics, and my dad saw it, and he says, "Oh, I love that, but I can't fit it in my tank. Will you have it if I buy it?" I was like, "Yeah." Oh, I'll fit in.
I'm going to visit Finest with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a longer trip for him to come and have a look at it in my tank, though.
Yeah.
Is Finest your local store, Gary?
It's about an hour away. I'm in Shropshire. That's like Liverpool in the area, so witness. There's no real local one now. Cellar Marine was probably my local. That's who I had this tank off in my previous one as well.
Right.
Yeah, Cellar Marine, but then he's closed up now. So yeah, I've always loved Finest Aquatics. Really good. All my fish are from there. So yeah, I've never had any issues really, apart from losing a few fish. I had a few fish that I had a batch of fish from them, and they all didn't survive, whereas all the original ones did. But apart from that, no issues at all.
Some of the lads in the network, they rave about Finest. I've never been.
Brilliant.
I've never been, but it's on the list for meet, so that'll be the time when I do get to
do it. Yeah, it's fantastic. It is. It really is. You got to see it to believe it.
You ever been, Steve?
Nope.
There you go.
So,
Tom, sorted out.
I've the company that's just bought the company that I work for has a factory in just outside Manchester, basically. So I keep thinking, well, maybe I'll need to visit there with work at some point, and yeah, that'll be a funded trip. So
there's a few around there, isn't there? There's a few.
Yeah.
You're going up to Manchester, there's a few you can visit.
So there was a couple of questions here. Liam was saying, if you're removing all of that from the skimmer but not doing water changes, how is your salinity?
1.025.
Okay.
Bang on. Yeah, I haven't added any salt, like I say. It's got what? At least 12 months. And that was just a regular water change, Nothing. Salinity never seems to drop.
And when you do water changes, is there a salt you go to?
I use, at the minute, I was using the Tropic Marine originally when we set up. But then Aquatics Pro Reef, heard of that? Aquatics Pro Reef.
All right.
Have a Google at that one. Have a look at the price.
Is it cheap? Is it expensive? What is it?
Cheap.
No, I don't think I've I've heard of things like Instant Ocean. I know that's meant to be what on the cheaper side.
But Aquatics Pro Reef, it's really good.
I know a lot of salts are around the 50, 60 quid mark. I know I was using Tropic Marine Pro when I was shot by him, dare I say it.
Yeah.
But now I just love Niles.
How much is the big refill, Steve?
20 kilo refill, 50 quid.
Yeah, that's gone up as well. It wasn't as much as that last
I've seen it in shops. I recognise.
Yeah, I've seen now. I see the badge. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it in shops.
Yeah,
so that's what I use.
And what's that out the bucket, Steve? In terms of like parameters, does it say?
probably I need to use a site other than Amazon.
That's fine. No worries. It doesn't matter. But it's just a question of what is it out the bucket? Just a
Between 7 and 7.5 on calcium is the usual. But yeah, it does the job. When I was doing water changes regular, that's what we were using. We've moved from Tropic Marine because it's so expensive.
And you said you're using Reef's elements for trace to make the liquid. So I guess that's not the cheapest, is it? There's element create your own.
Yeah, but once you've got all the bottles and you manage, you're doing them once a fortnight, you're literally adding like 5 or 10 mil.
Yeah.
And one of the bottles is what, 20 quid. So
Big lap to start off with, but then
yeah, to start off with it is but then when you weigh it up long term, is it rather than doing water change.
And do you mix that with RO?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two cocktails you can do. Reach out to Jose. If you do an ICP test, he'll tell you at that point there the cocktail mixes for each one. That's the best time to do it if you do his Elements ICP.
I'm gonna have a chat with him. I'm gonna have a chat with him on the weekend because he's going to be there. And,
what dose has he got?
Yeah, he's going. I'm going to ask him about why shouldn't I go to Modern Reef. I'm going to see what he says. Put him on the spot. Say she wants to go to Modern Reef, and I don't want to stay.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Yeah. They'll all fight their own corner, won't they?
He'll say to you, "It's a test of who wears the trousers."
Probably. He'll probably found it back on me. Yeah.
Liam's also asking if you're coming on Saturday.
No, it's my wife's birthday on Saturday, so but I'll be at the next one, which is Love to Reef. Is it in May?
No.
Good little segue.
Reef is first.
Reef. Oh yeah, I'm not good at that. It's a new shop, isn't it? It's open. Is it Rotherham?
Yeah. Rochdale.
Rochdale. Sorry, by Tom, isn't it?
April, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. I'll find out the date of that then.
Talking about Love to Reef, though, I know Paul was in the chat earlier. He said that are some tickets left. I think AAC were going to put them on their website. I don't know if they did or not, but you can message Paul Fish Palace on Instagram and pay for them that way. But Matt, you just said they have put them on, yeah?
Yeah. I went on AAC the other day, and they were on there. They were on there to buy.
Yeah. So if you haven't and you want to go, it's all really good for a great cause. If you do buy them at the AAC website, though, don't do a drippy. Pick collect in person. Don't pay for postage because it's an email. So save yourself a few quid. Say collect in store, and they'll email it to you. And then John had a question here to see what people thought. Water changes versus dosing expensive trace elements. I guess what he's saying there is, could you get the same trace elements from doing water changes?
It's the size of your tank as well, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
If you're only doing a bucket, then it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
and I guess
this is 100 litres.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying with when we were talking about, I think it was last week, wasn't it, when we talked about Rob's tank. A 10% water change in Rob's tank is more water than that tank behind me's got in it.
An IBC drum.
Yeah.
That you think that I think he put 200 litres on the floor the other day as well, and you think
Yeah.
that's a 300 litres is a bucket of salt or whatever. That's 60, 70 quid every turn, I guess. But he's doing both. He's doing both though, isn't he? He's dosing trace, but then he's also doing water changes. So
yeah,
I think he only put the water on the floor because that's where his DI resin is.
I'll have a look at that video.
No, that one. There we go. So there's a couple. We've got 5 more videos, I think, left.
So yeah, Foxface is shut.
There's your new rock tree.
That's it. Took its place there.
And what do you glue the rocks with?
They're not.
Oh, they're not. They're balanced.
Like I say, I literally was taking these rocks out every probably once a week, once a fortnight, just to scrub them, and I'm just putting them back in, taking them out, putting them back in. So wherever they landed, and the last time I took them out and put them back in, they're still there. I haven't touched them, so there's no gluing.
There's plenty of caves though. There's plenty of caves and shapes and
Well, the Carib Sea is good for that, isn't it? Because I don't think you can get it wrong with Carib Sea shapes. However you put them together. Steve likes that.
I do like that. Yeah, that's really neat.
It's really cheap to make as well, Steve. I'll show you how I did it.
Yeah. I think that's going to be something on the new tank build. I'm hoping that I have plenty of space with it, but you know what it's like. You will run out of space at some point.
You will. I actually did that as well after the tank was installed. So it was like trying to work from one of the holes in the middle. You know.
You could have just gone through to the garage and drilled a hole through.
Could have.
Put your screwdriver through and done those screws up.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, you need to leave at least 5 to 7 inches though you're off the wall. Realistically, if you can.
Yeah, and that's
4
something.
inches probably, yeah.
Yeah, when I put my first tank in, because I haven't been reefing very long. When I first got this tank, I put it in, and it didn't come with lights, so I had some. Go on, Matt. What are they? I can't remember. They're AI primes.
And you could fit them because they were hitting the wall.
The bracket that I had was fine. It was really slimline, so I fit it on, and then I bought these 2 Reef LED 90s.
Oh, right, okay.
And I was like, oh shit,
yeah,
that don't fit.
No.
And then I was like, it was a proper risky moment. I had a crowbar. I put the crowbar between the skirting board and the tank and just leaving it really slowly away from the wall.
Yeah, you're brave, man.
That's brave.
Yeah.
That's very brave.
Well, stupid.
They're emptying it first. That's very brave.
Yeah, it's still full. I think I did it when I was doing a water change, so it was 10% less full.
Oh, that's all right then.
But yeah, still too much water in it to be doing that, really.
Still nearly a ton.
Yeah. What else we got? So this is the Zoa rack at the beginning.
Yeah, so you can see how they started.
Wow.
I know, yeah. And them plugs are still in the same spot.
And how long ago was that?
Oh God, 2 years. Yeah. The orange oxide ones just go berserk. I've got 2 big clumps on the floor now. So yeah, my plan was like I've got Fluvolt Evo in the kitchen with a frag rack in there. My plan was to just like chop some up and put some on there. I just don't have time.
This week is the week.
It is the week, but I've been
doing other things.
Putting off,
enjoying some time off.
Yeah, there's the feeding time. Still got the pyramids there, so that this video is at least 18 months old. Foxface has grew a bit since then and all.
It's a nice fish.
Yeah, the black and white clones you see there, they were the first fish I had. The first tank, so they've been with me the longest.
You got an orange clown in there as well. You got 3
Yeah.
clowns.
Yeah, there's a pair of orange and there's a pair of black and white.
And they went in all together.
Yeah, they did in this tank, not the 300.
And no issues?
No. I have got one clone in my fluid Evo in the kitchen that I put in here. I think it's Onyx one of the expensive ones. I put him in here because I felt sorry for him being on his own. And he just went after these 4. You'd think it'd be the other way around, like they'd attack him, but no, he was attacking the 4 that was in here, so I had to get him back out.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's what it's starting to
grow.
Take
Yeah. They're literally hanging on the rocks now and say growing. They're up the glass already, so I need to do something with them now.
Yeah, I mean they're loving life there, aren't they? They're growing.
They are. It's a shame.
Cyphestria there.
Yeah, I'll put
nice.
that in the middle now. It's front and center. That is now.
Yeah, it's a pretty coral, that one.
And there's that gunny flowing away.
Yeah.
Loving life.
Oh, is that the plate coral there?
No, that's a torch. He's no longer here. I lost
That's
that one.
much smaller than it is now.
Yeah, no, it's a torch coral. That is.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's a torch. No, I lost that one.
Do love a torch.
Yeah, I need to get some more euphilia. That frog spawn's doing well. That's still there.
Yeah.
That's doubled in size.
I do quite like a frog spawn as well. I think
There's that gunny that you saw like a golf ball, just, and you can see the one there looks shriveled up.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, there you go.
I think frog spawns are quite underrated. I think, and hammers. I think everyone flocks to a torch, but I do love a bit a frog spawn and a hammer. I think they're really
I want
nice.
one of them hologram hammers. I do.
Yeah, I've got one.
Have you?
And I got that on a little island I bought. That's doing all right. That's not too bad. I do love a gold hammer as well.
Yeah.
There's still some nice colours in hammers.
Yeah. My dad's tank's doing quite well with the euphilia, hammers and frogs.
Yeah, I got a hologram hammer and a pectinia from Deep Blue Marine Emporium at Aqua when I was there.
Yeah, pectinias are nice, aren't they?
Yeah. They were kind enough to let me store all my junk behind their stand and base myself out of their stand for the weekend. So, that was, and like the pectinia, I saw that on the Saturday and I was like, yeah, I want that. Definitely want that one.
They're quite hard to come by as well, they pectinias. I'm
seeing them a lot more now. So
Reef
Exotics have got a few in. AAC had two or three different types when I was in there on the weekend as well. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing them more.
Which is good.
You can see how purple the rocks are on this one. It's a good one.
Yeah, it really stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah, the purple stands out now.
No, it's because it's a video. That's why it won't let me zoom in.
Is this one of the latter ones? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And then them lights are Radions?
Yeah, XR15.
What gen?
6.
Blue or
Pros.
Pros.
Yeah.
There's that Connie as well.
Yeah, that's the one that shriveled up now. So this was a few weeks ago.
Oh, there's the copper man.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost him. It was about 2-3 weeks ago. Real shame.
Yeah, I'm so torn about getting another one. I really want one.
Yeah, I did.
Aptasia in the tank.
Steering clear now. Just get peppermint shrimp if you've got Aptasia.
Yeah, I had a peppermint shrimp before that was a bit of a dick, so I'm a bit reluctant to put another one in. And I've lost the last bits, my last couple of shrimp in the end of the year quiz when I had that bacterial bloom.
Yeah.
And I'm quite liking that my corals aren't, because I think that's what finished off my plate corals, was that every time they were feeding, the shrimp would go over and try and rip the food out of their mouth. So
yeah, clean the shrimps are the worst of that, aren't they?
yeah.
Peppermint shrimps usually hide, don't they? They only come out at night.
Yeah, so the peppermint shrimp I had feather duster worm.
Yeah.
It was a really nice one. My daughter absolutely loved it. And one day I thought, that's not very happy. That's a bit weird. I think something's having a go at that. So I set up a camera in front of it. And it's a good job I did, because that night the peppermint shrimp came out.
Oh, okay.
Bearing in mind, it was about a sixth of the size of this feather duster worm. It grabbed hold of it and it dragged it round the back of the tank and devoured it.
Bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, absolute bonkers.
Yeah. This is the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I filmed this on Monday after I cleaned the tank. Proud moment.
It looks amazing. And like I say, that plate roll is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see them as I was there. The mountains I was just sulking because I just moved them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's my MP40s that are not working, Tom. Raja Rampage is doing well. I had that off Signature when we had the meet at Tom's barbecue last September.
SPS are based out, aren't they?
Yeah, the SPS are doing really well. So everything's growing quite well. There's an orange mushroom there. That was my last purchase. I went to Finest. I can't remember what I went for now, but yeah, I went and I thought, yeah, I'll treat myself.
Do you regret putting those mushrooms in?
No, not yet. But I think I'm going to have to take action soon because I don't want them growing over the SPS. So they look all right at the minute. But if they start growing up any further, I'm going to have to remove them or do something about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stylo needs fragging. You can see it's overtaking. They grow so fast under them.
Yeah.
But those are only little tiny frags as well. So everything's growing really well. There's my frog spawn.
Yeah, that's got quite a bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. That's jack-o'-lantern, I think.
I do love jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah,
I don't think that gets enough credit.
No.
I see a lot of people not bothering with it, but I'm like, it looks amazing when the lights come on. It's really easy to keep, grows really quickly.
Stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, there's my Massazoas I need to sort. Got the blue one at the back as well. That was my last one I had. Even that's starting to grow onto the frag rack now.
Yeah.
Tom's starting on me now.
Is he? What's he saying now? Yeah, time for an upgrade.
Well, as I said earlier before we went live, there's discussions on another tank, but
yeah, do it.
It would be like I say, it'd be a cube of some sort of NIOS or something like that, a cube, and that would just be purely sticks. So maybe
weren't you talking at one point about converting the garage and donating that tank to Roxanne?
Yeah, there is a garage. It comes down to money, doesn't it? Money and time, and I've got a garage. There is a space. There's no argument. It will be converted. That she's up for it as much as I am. Make it a games room, a bit of a snug room. It's just like I say, like putting another tank in it. It's just I can't do everything tomorrow, can I? But I think another tank will probably happen because I don't think I can keep everything I want to keep. I probably can, but I like so many corals. Then I think maybe there'll be an SPS dominated tank coming at some point.
You're going to go bare bottom on that, or?
Yeah, I would do lots of different things. I'd go bare bottom
on the little one.
Yeah. I've got loads of wrasse in this one, so I wouldn't go. I'd probably go like 1 or 2 wrasse, if that. Very minimal fish, but full of colour, full of sticks.
Yeah.
Maybe even a floating aquascape, something a bit different.
Tom's is quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. What, the ironing board?
Yeah. I like it. I do.
Yeah, I do. I like the owner board.
But you see a tree rock that'd be ideal for a nano.
Yeah.
Get so many sticks on that.
Just see Liam's coming. I could go bigger, but then that's going to have to come out the lounge because it'd have to all go in the garage. I can't really get a bigger. I possibly could, but then that would mean changing everything around.
Controversial. Just pile some sticks in the corner, as about as exciting as a stick-only tank.
You don't like his sticks, does he?
So I'll just get some from outside and put them in then, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I say it'd be sticks only, but you'd put stuff on the sandbed, wouldn't you? Like palaces or favias or Sephastras. You'd put stuff. It wouldn't just be sticks. It'd be stick dominated, but it wouldn't just be sticks.
Yeah. So I did notice a little shout out in the chat. I've got to go back and find it now.
I agree with you, Tom. That softy John, that softy tank and ASC is amazing.
It is, yeah. So John's saying, shout out to Hayley Barr for sending him her AI light for spares and wouldn't even let him pay for postage. What a legend.
Yep. Well done.
Yeah, well done. That's what it's all about.
It is.
Oh, I needed that video of Ron clapping with his testicles.
Rather we didn't.
Oh. So there's some events coming up, I think.
One you're not going to.
There's Friday Night Live, Reefers Network. Big up the Reefers Network.
Oh, Mike's on again.
Yeah, Mike from Finest.
Yeah, lovely bloke.
Trippy and Scotland's funniest coral farmer.
We'll be listing on the long drive up.
Or as I'm starting to now call Ron, the funniest coral farmer in the world. With his Jeremy Clarkson lookalike.
Love it.
And then, of course, Saturday, as you just kind of alluded to,
What date's that?
Reefers Network meet up.
That's Saturday's one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, yeah, a long old drive up to Boban. But
That is a big drive for you.
5, like I say, it's 5 hours. We're going to be leaving in around 3 o'clock. So we're probably going to be up there with a stop 9ish.
Yeah.
Get some kip, get in the car, have some breakfast, and get over to a reef experience. And looking forward to it. Probably walk out with a load of coral I didn't think I was buying, and she's probably eyed up loads of things, and then we'll come back, and then I'll get back here probably about midnight, and I'll be dipping corals.
So interesting. Then have we consulted with Roxanne what coral you're going to be buying?
She's in the mood for she's in the mood for some torches at the moment. Like
Okay.
we've got a couple of torches and hammers. We're in the mood for them at the moment. But as you know, Steve, we're always partial to a gonny. So if there's a gonny and it's nice, we'll probably then there'll be a hammer, then there'll be a torch, then there'll be a gonny.
Because we were looking at torches in AAC at the reef meet, weren't we?
Yeah.
And you were toying with the idea of the one with the pink tips. I can't remember what it's called now.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, that was it. Yeah.
So we bought a Miami Vice, an Indo Gold, and then a Hammer Garden. So it was an expensive day, really.
Wow.
That was the AOC. So we'll see what. I don't really know what to expect. It looks like a really clean shop. I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully it's got some nice pieces like plate coral. I'd like a plate coral. There's not really much I wouldn't do. Sticks. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. I'm really getting into the kind of the meaty corals, the Symphilias, Trachyphilias, that kind of thing. I've picked up a few of them recently that look really nice. Particularly that one that they said it was a Symphilia from Reef Exotics that it looks really, really nice in the tank.
The actual Symphilia that you bought a couple of weeks ago, that is really nice.
Yeah, well, I've got two Symphilias in there. I've got one that looks like a brain, and I've got another one that looks a lot like a Lobo, and I thought it was a Lobo. But Dave said to me, no, it's a Symphilia. So,
you'll have to do a video on them, Steve.
Yeah. Well, the problem is if I do a video on it, it'll die.
You visiting any shops the weekend, Gaz?
No plans. No, you said you're spending a lot, so keep away. I do want some. I do want some more Euphilia though. Hammers and torches, maybe. I've always liked as well, the pink tip Cataphilia, Australia.
Yeah.
Something about that, I don't know. I just fancy one of them.
Very nice. What about you, Steve?
Nothing planned this weekend. Like I say, I went up to meet up with Harry last weekend at AAC. I wasn't intending to go. I shouldn't have spent as much as I did. But I told myself because I wasn't going to the meet this weekend, it was okay to go and spend some money. I'm probably going to try and not leave the house and just do loads of work on the, on the house and busy myself with that to stop me from going to the shop and spending lots of money.
Yeah.
So, did you get Gary? You weren't at the AAC Reef meet, were you?
No.
So, Matt, did you get one of those coral node things?
I have. That is also on the list of corals to buy. I don't really know what to put on it. When I see something, I want it to be encrusted, so I need to find something. Maybe it's a Sophastria, maybe it's a Leptocerus. Something that encrusts, that'll be... I've got one ready to go. I just need the right coral. I told Tony that once I find one, I'll commit and I'll bang straight on, put it in the tank.
Yeah. Watermelon chalice is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Watermelon chalice, Space Invader chalice. I know Chris was in here earlier. He's got one that I was hoping fragging.
My dad's got no Space Invader chalice.
Yeah, he can't get it off his rock. Chris can't. So I'll have to wait for that one.
So this is the one that I did the other day. It's a Mad Martian Leptocerus. So I thought that one will go quite well. It'll kind of flow over quite nicely. Yeah. So yeah, that was the one I decided to.
And if you put it in on the little plate first, and then you're going to put it on the big plate when it starts to go out.
So you can see here that is the little plate on the big plate.
Right.
So it's in my tank on the big plate at the moment.
Right. Okay.
But from this one grows a bit slower than Jack-o'-lantern, but still reasonably quick growing. So
I've still got to find somewhere for that Marcelium chalice that you gave me because it's still sitting on the sandbed, but it's growing. But
well, that's good because mine's pretty much died.
Do you want a frag of it?
Well, let's see how well it grows because I don't want you to frag it and then it die. It's like,
very true.
Although I thought that Marcelium chalice was dead before and it came back. So yeah. So John, let me get back to that view. Yeah. John just commented about the Friday night before Love to Reef. I'm thinking about going up there the night before as well. It's not far from it. It's only like about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half drive from where I live. But it would be nice just to get over and have a few beers with everyone the night before. So
personal experience, I think it's definitely worth it. I can't make the night before Love to Reef, but when we went for my birthday for the AEC meet, I think the night before makes it just a whole great weekend. I think so. If you can, Steve, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and I do have a bit of a special fancy dress outfit that I can wear.
Is it Star Wars related?
No. That would be a good one. I could go as a stormtrooper, couldn't I?
You could, yeah. That's where I thought he was going with it.
No. I've got one that's a bit of a piss take against
Onions.
one of the well-known reefing people.
It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's a good shout. Good laugh. Talk fish and coral. Like a few beers. What more can you want?
Yeah. Rob's arranging onion suits for everyone.
Is that after he buys his strap-ons or?
Yeah. That's what I'm tempted with them for the new tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stratton, yeah. It's the way.
Yeah. If you look, you would need at least 4 radions above a 6-foot tank. 4 radions is the same price as 2 Strattons.
Yeah. I think I get what Rob's saying though. He wants to see someone with a tank for at least 6 months with one on, see what the growth looks like. I think.
You know what you're getting with radions, don't you?
You do. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I know. Ron loves his, doesn't he?
Mm.
His Stratton.
They look very good, don't they?
Yeah.
Very clean.
God, look at this. Look. Ben's Corals turns up for the last 4 minutes. I actually had a message, Ben, from Neil. I'm going to call him Neil rather than using his username on YouTube, saying that, he's received his red gonny and it all looks really nice. He was really happy with it. So he said to say thank you. All really good. Thank you very much for that. It was good fun last week. Yeah, Harry's saying you don't see many people using the longer blades.
Seem to be sold as supplementary lights, don't it? Most people go from
So the AI blades are, aren't they? But Stratton have just released the blade-ish looking one, but that's not designed as a supplemental light, so it's still designed as a main light, which will be interesting to see how they work as well.
Yeah, you want to see them on the market for a bit, don't you? First, let everyone try them out.
Yeah.
Especially on a 6 foot, would you go? I suppose 1 per 3 foot, I guess. But
yeah. If I was doing a new tank today, I'd take the plunge.
Yeah.
Just because it's worth the risk, how they look.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I see Ty's joined us as well. Evening, Ty. Hope you're well. The flex, that was it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. I don't know what it's what it can go over. What's its mine's gone blank. But you know what I mean. What's its area of light? Is it 3 foot?
Yeah.
What's its coverage? Do you need 2 over a 6 foot? Do you need 1.5? Because then you might as well go for 2 of the smaller other lights. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I've just realised that we've got chatting all evening, and I've completely gone off piste, and I've missed loads of stuff. But a couple of things that I wanted to just touch on. One that you mentioned in the Jolly Boys, Matt, I'd already got it on my list, but I think it's a great one to mention. Jamie Craggs is joining up with TMC at their biosystems, and they've created this bio coral spawning lab, or bio CSL, and it's going to be Jamie, Mike Sweet, and all of the people behind TMC, Brian and everyone. So again, we could see some really interesting things from this. I think I'm really quite excited to see what we get from it, because it could unlock a whole load of things that that maybe we weren't going to get access to before, or prolong the access that we have to some of the corals, rather than losing them, as is probably inevitable.
It's nice that it's been done this side of the world, and
yeah. So I do agree that I think really what we should be doing is helping the people in the area where the coral is going to be collected to use, because if we make it valuable for those people to look after the reef and to take part in these things, as long as it's profitable for them, they will do it. But if suddenly we make we spawn a load of coral here and sell it here, and we don't involve them in it at all, and their revenue goes down, it's gonna be less profitable for them, and they're gonna say, right, okay, I'm gonna move on to something else that I can make money on, and the reef won't get looked after. I think the good thing is, while it's generating revenue for people, there is a vested interest in keeping it as sustainable as they can. So, yeah, it's a good thing. I think it's great. I think looking at different ways to bring us corals is really good, but it would be even better if we could put that in the hands of the people in those areas to make sure that they have that interest in keeping the corals going, keeping the reef going.
I wonder if that's where TMC come in. Will they give some stuff back from where they're bringing stuff out?
Yeah.
Is there a link sort of, we'll give you this, we'll grow it, but we'll repopulate your oceans as well at the same time, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, there's lots of possibility with what we could do there. I think we just need to make sure that, like I said, that those guys can keep their families fed and everything through that means, so that they don't just then move on to something else, and that something else might be something that's detrimental to the health of the reef. So, yeah, it's just have to be careful what you wish for, I think.
Yep.
We've already mentioned Friday night, Reefers Network, 8 p.m. Finest Aquatics, Ron, Drippy, and Tom. We've got the Reef Meet coming up on Saturday at Reef Experience in Boban with the Reefers Network. And then on Sunday, we have Reefy AF, Salty Banter. Really looking forward to that. I'm sure we can find some way to... you'll be home by then, won't you, Matt?
Yeah, I'll be having a lazy Sunday probably, so it'll probably be water change and salty banter, and not a lot probably, because we'll probably be a bit tired from the night and day before. So I'll be there.
Yeah. Excellent. Anything else either of you want to talk about?
No, I'm good. But Melinda, no, never had one. That's what I'll say. Hopefully someone is, if they can help you.
Yeah, I was trying to work out if that was an anagram of something offensive before I read it out.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, and Tom's just messaged me as well. There's going to be a Sunday live stream with anyone who... So that'll be the 10 a.m. Sunday live stream.
Jesus Christ,
anyone that was at the Reefing Meet that wants to come and be on camera and take part in the live stream is welcome on that as well. So a jam-packed weekend ahead of us.
There is, yeah.
Busy.
Bring it on. It's good for the hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. Well, thank you very much, Gary, for coming and sharing your story and your tank and that bonkers plate coral. That was just a fantastic looking tank. Really good. Really interesting to hear about your no water changes as well.
Yeah, it is. It's everyone's different, isn't it?
I think John summed it up. He said every tank's different, and I think one of the things people say is you can't take advice from all over the place. You pick one and do
Run with it.
Because a lot of these things, there'll be something else that you're doing that works really well, but not if you're doing water changes. So it's interesting to just look at someone else's tank and how they're achieving what they're achieving. So thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Matt, for making it less like an interrogation. One of the things when I've watched back some of these ones where there's just two of us is it can really feel like just a questioning, an interrogation where, when there's three of you, you can kind of bounce things around a little bit more. So, thanks for coming, Matt.
Hopefully I've helped in some way.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. So I will see you all next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later, everyone.